Hello guys, welcome to the day 16th of our coding challenge series, and today we are solving this problem, which is count the number of vowel strings in range. So we are given a zero indexed array of strings word and two integers left and right. A string is called a vowel string if it starts with a vowel character and ends with a vowel character, where vowel characters are a, e, I, o, u. Return the number of vowel strings words I, where I belongs to the inclusive range including left and right. Okay, so in the example one, we were given a words array which is basically R, A, M, Y, and U, right? And left is given as 0 and right is given as 2. So we know this is 0 index, first index, second index, right? So this is second index. Okay, and basically we will left and right is basically given to understand like from where we need to include, from which position do we need to, or we need to include the strings which is in the words array. So if left is given as 0, so we will count from 0 to 2, because right is also is given as 2. But if left was given, for example, from 1 to 2, so we won't count this, we will count from 1 to 2. So we would have included A, M, Y and U. Okay, so we understood this. Now let's understand which words to count. So we need to count the number of vowel strings in range, right? And a string is a vowel string if it starts with a vowel and ends with a vowel. So let's consider the first string in the words array. Okay, so it starts with the vowel, it ends with the vowel. So we would consider this, and let's say we have a counter, right? Because we need to return a count variable and count the number of strings in the words array which are vowel strings, right? So initially count is 0. So after we know that the first string is the vowel string, so counter becomes plus plus and becomes equals to 1, right? And let's check the second string value, which is AMY. So it starts with the vowel but doesn't ends with the vowel, so this will not be considered, right? So let's check the last index value, which is U. So it starts with the vowel and ends with the vowel, right? So it starts with the vowel, ends with the vowel, so we would increment the counter now again, and count will become equals to 2, and we will return this integer value. I hope you understood the question. Now let's write the code. So we will first of all initialize a count variable which is 0, which will be 0, then include a character first and character last to check the first character value of the string and the last character value of the string in the words array. And then what we will do is we can run a loop over, but yeah, we will run a loop over the words array, but we have to loop over within these ranges inclusive. So I will write as I equals to left, from I equals to left to I lesser than equals to right, and do I plus plus, and then close the loop. So it will run from the range between left and right exclusive, and then we will do is that we will extract the first character, which would be from the words ith position. In the example one, you can see if we have ARE, so we would extract the first, which would be this A character, the last, which would be the E character. Dot char at the 0th index, and the last would be words at position I dot char at, but this would be like words I dot length -1, because this is the last position, which is E in the example. So if the length is 3, so 3 minus 1 makes it 2, so this is the second index, right? That's why. Okay, and then we will write a if condition that if the first is equals to character A, or first is equals to the vowel is equals to A E I O U, which is A, which would be like A E. Okay, I'll just copy this thing and replicate it. A E I and O and U. So we are checking if the first character is a vowel, and similarly we also need to check the last character. So I'll do and copy this whole. Okay, and we'll replace it with last. So we are checking if the first, both the first and the last is a vowel. A E I O U. Okay, perfect. And then here I'll just simply increment the counter, and then just return count. That's it. Let's run this. Okay, so we got a compilation error. Words.i.length. Yeah, we need to do this. Yes. Okay, now let's run it again, and let's submit the solution. Okay, so we got 1 millisecond of runtime, which is incredible. Perfect. So I hope you understood the solution, and if you have any questions you can ask them in the comment section, and then see you guys in the next video.